it's back to start. Are they doing opening song? Here they come.
Should I do the audience part or I should stick with because they're doing the call. Should I do the response?
Whatever you want, sure. Okay. Because I don't encourage
What's going on?
When they do call and response, we'll do the response. So to encourage them to do it. I'm gonna put my phone under here so that I don't forget my sunglasses.
Shabbat Shalom. For those of you who are making your way into the sanctuary now, we know there's others who will come and make their way in as well. We're delighted that you could be here on this Shabbat, which is our open house. And if you're new to Addicts, please make sure you come up to me and say hello if we haven't met yet. Or if you see somebody who has a maroon name tag, they can definitely help you get oriented. We're delighted tonight to have so much participation from our community to help lead us in song. Unfortunately, Sandy is not able to be with us on the bima. She is protecting all of us while she is isolating, while she's tested negative, but according to advising. So we're welcoming Dylan and Lucas and Julie and some of the members of our children's choir, Bonim, to lead us in our music tonight, and we're going to need everybody to sing loudly in the sanctuary as well. So we're going to open with words of Bim Bam, followed by Hine Ma Tov, which means how good and pleasant it is that we are all together.
Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat 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 Shalom. Bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam. Cheery, beery, beery, bim, bam, bim, 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 bam, bim, 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 bam. Mato, Uma, Naim, Shevet Achim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine, Mato, Uma, Naim, Shevet Achim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine, Mato, Uma, Naim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad.
And so we continue in the middle of page 1 of our Kabbalat Shabbat booklet, inviting the members of the search committee to come have the honor of lighting the Shabbat candles. I have to say, what a fabulous job you did. We'll we'll have you help lead in the blessing of the candles and the kiddush.
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen. Fine.
Chaim.
As we turn now to page 2, welcoming in metaphorically the Shabbat bride, welcoming in Shabbat with words of Lecha Dodi.
Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela. Shamo v'zachor b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el miuchad Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'litila lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mikol ha'veracha me'rosh miketen nesucha, Shabbat se'bama Shabbat tila lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela. Ki toreri, toreri, ki varech kunyoni uri, uri shir daveri, kevod Adonai liknikla lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela.
We rise.
Boi בשלום עצרת בעלה, גם בשמחה סובלה, טוב אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lecha vela.
And we remain standing, and while we are able to do this, we turn to somebody next to us if we already know that person, but somebody maybe in front of us, behind us, across the way, and introduce ourselves and greet one another. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom, Shabbat Shalom.
Baruchu.
Regular Shabbat. And then she'll make a little announcement.
As we turn now to page 3 at the top, we continue with Baruch Hu.
Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom our praise is due. Now and forever.
May be seated as we continue in the middle of page 3 with Thou Shalt Love.
Shall love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And all these words which I command you on this day shall be in thy heart, shall be in thy heart. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and thou shalt speak of them when thou sittest in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, and when thou risest up, and when thou liest down, and when thou liest down. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they shall be for frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them on the doorposts of thy house, and upon thy gates, and upon thy gates, and ye may remember unto all of my commandments,
word for Egypt is Mitzrayim. It means a narrow place. I often think that when we were slaves in Egypt, we were between a rock and a hard place, that real Mitzrayim, that narrow place. But after we crossed the Sea of Reeds, I like to think of that wide open space in the wilderness to which we were able to explore and find ourselves as we were free. And we commemorate that time in our history as we sing the words of Mi Chamocha. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. As we are able, we rise for tefillah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufia ki tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chaste Avot v'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei v'neihem, Lima'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atah Rav le'Hoshia, Morid hatal. Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umechayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'emanata l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol.
May be seated. In the middle of page 7, may these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
We turn our thoughts and prayers now to those who are in need of healing. And I'm thinking this week especially of those people who've endured terrible rains and mudslides in Kentucky and terrible heat across the country, especially in the Pacific Northwest, as well as those people who are in our extended Addith Emmanuel family who are in need of healing. And if you're watching through the blessing of technology and want to add the names of those people you're thinking of at this time who are in need of healing, please feel free to do so now. I will read the names and then invite people following the names to add if your loved one's name has not yet been recited. As we offer our prayers of healing to Sarah Drag, Coco Aguilar, Jonathan Shapiro, Ron Fisher, Jeff Schaefer, Lulu Rivuela, Marion Gwartz, Aaron Tepper, Lily Tepper, Joan Major, Karen Bowen, Louis Alahut, Mary Parker, Barbara Cohen, Tricia Tepper, Jordan Maverick Steinberg, Carol Schaefer, Harriet Rosenberg, Hudson Hodge, Carrie Basin, Dr. Jerry Herman, Todd Pollard, Murray Kammerman, Mary Mednitsky, Jocelyn Jackson, Jen Jones, Shirley Friedlander, Michael Infante, Gary Garnick, Sarah Oken, Ann Marsden, Jerry Dreskin, Lynn Romsberg, Rick Ulrich, Ileana Cohn. And if there's others whose names we should mention aloud, please feel free to rise and share their name at this time. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei HaCholim. We continue our prayer now silently.
Adonai Tzuri vegoali. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri vegoali. Yehiyu li ratzonim refim refim, ve'yon libi lefanecha. Yehiyu li ratzonim refim refim, ve'yon libi lefanecha. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri ve'goali. Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri, Adonai Tzuri ve'goali.
And on this Shabbat, it's a special Shabbat because it is the first Shabbat of the month of August. And it is the minhag, the custom, the minhag, at Adith Emmanuel to celebrate those life cycle events. So if you are celebrating a birthday during this month of August, or you missed July and your birthday is then, or an anniversary, or you have a special life cycle event, something that's happened, I invite you, if you're here in the sanctuary, to stand in place. If you're watching through the blessing of technology and you want to share maybe not how old you are, if you don't want to share that, or an anniversary, what year, how many years it is, or something like that, we offer these words of blessing. God of our days and years, author of life, our times are in your hand. We thank you for the blessing of life and for all that enriches our lives. We gather today in special thankfulness to share in the happiness of those celebrating their birthdays, anniversaries, and of August. God be with them always as the joy in their lives. May they be blessed with health and happiness and with the strength to overcome sickness and sorrow. May they have the joy of coming together for many more years, united by mutual reverence and love. May these milestone events remind us that as we may count the days of our lives, a person of wisdom also makes every day count. And so, God, we offer this ancient blessing upon these individuals. Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yaher Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. May God's radiance shine upon you and be gracious to you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasein lecha shalom. May God's presence be with you always and give you peace. And let us all say, Amen. And we turn now in our Shabbat service to page 9. If we are able, we rise for Aleinu.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, la'tetz gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishbechot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad ushemo echad.
Our thoughts and prayers turn now to those who are no longer with us, and so we turn to page 10 in our Shabbat service. We announce with sadness the death of Harriet Ann LeWinter Rockland, sister of Myra Malamet, and the funeral information is not yet known. We'll share that with the congregation as we find out more. And during this period of Shiva and Shloshim, we remember especially Rick Fonarow, husband of Laura Otterberg, Marjorie Spindell, aunt of Doug Richter, Shirley L. Lewis, mother of Kathy Wemmer, grandmother of Aaron and Michael. We also mark on this Shabbat the yahrzeits, those who died at the season in years past: Sharon Arzillo, Michael Ferrigno, William Fisher, Etta Gruber, Milton Klein, Ben Kornbluth, Benjamin Lightman, Nicholas Monick, Madge Nunn, David Portnoy, Celia Roberman, Esther Raghavan, Jerry Savar, Doris Schnepper, Mark Spector, Ellen Wilma Stein, Harry Tannenbaum, Rose Tannenbaum, Mildred Mitzi Wolf. If you are watching through the blessing of technology and want to add the name of your loved ones in the chat or comment who are no longer with us, please do so now. If you are in the congregation and someone's name has not been called and you want to add that name at this time, please feel free to rise and say that name aloud. So I would invite those who are in the period of Shiva or Shoshim, if you feel comfortable doing so, to rise at this time. Those who are marking a yahrzeit on this Shabbat, or if you are in the first year of mourning, and we now rise as we are able as one congregation in comfort and support, and for those who have no one to say Kaddish for them as we continue with the words. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chon u'vyomei chon u'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevarach Leolam Omei Omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei Dekudasha B'riachu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Damiran v'alma v'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, amen. May be seated. And as Diane is making her way up to the bima, I just want to make my own hoda'ah, my own announcement, in that today is August 5th, and we've celebrated the birthdays of those who are celebrating August birthdays as well as anniversaries. Today on the day is Sandy Messenger Aguilar's birthday, and she can't be with us, but she might be watching right now, and she might watch later. So let's sing a little Yom Huledet Sameach in her honor. Please join me. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. We miss you.
Shabbat Shalom. So I'm really glad you did that, because I thought I was going to have to do a solo up here. That was the first paragraph. And Herb, if you're watching too, on behalf of the Addith community, we send our prayers and hugs. So there are so many thank yous tonight. I don't know if you realize this, but all these changes came in the last 24 hours. So, of course, I'm going to thank Rabbi Mamis Fuller for leading tonight's service, but Julie and Lucas and Dylan for stepping in. I know Talia and Grace and Mackenzie were going to be here anyway, but this all happened in 24 hours, and I'm really grateful. It was a beautiful service. Thank you to the Rabbi Search Committee for leading us in tonight's blessing and for finding the perfect fit for our congregation. Thank you, Renee and Stacy, for greeting this evening, and thank you to all the volunteers who assisted in the open house. I can't name all of you. I'm sorry, I'll miss somebody. And as always, a special thank you to all of you for joining us this evening. Please join us tomorrow morning. Oh, dear. You know, I shouldn't have finished my cup. Tomorrow morning at 8:45 for Torah Talk and Bagels, followed by our Simply Shabbat morning service at 10 a.m. Mark your calendars. We have 2 more meet and greets with Rabbi Memes Fuller. One is scheduled for Sunday, August 14th at 11 a.m., and the second one is Tuesday, August 23rd at 7 p.m. They'll be held in the tapestry room, and light refreshments will be served. Also, August 14th, Sunday, that afternoon from 4 to 6 p.m. is an AFTI K-6 summer hangout event. It promises to be a fun event filled with outdoor games, crafts, snacks, beverages, and of course, Gaga. That's not Lady Gaga, that's Gaga the game, okay? And our own Harry Kushner is being honored at the Phillies game on Saturday evening, August 27th. Harry is changing the third base bag to honor his military service. Please contact Larry Foster if you're interested in getting a ticket. I know they're going fast, but hopefully you'll join us that evening. Tonight's oneg is a special treat. Mr. Softy will be outside the sanctuary doors ready to take your order. They'll be here for an hour. Hopefully you'll stay and enjoy a sweet treat. And I don't know if we'll make our minimum, so you might have to take some ice cream to go. Okay, it's a sacrifice, but please do it. And tonight's thought for Shabbat, which kind of stems from the last minute changes and preparing for tonight's service. It's amazing what we can accomplish when we're in it together. Very proud to be part of our Adith community. Thank you and Shabbat Shalom.
Our closing song this evening can be found in the last 3 lines in the Hebrew or the transliteration on page 10, Oseh Shalom. Shalom Biroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom. That really went so well.
No, that's so sad. Is he gonna be all right?
He'll be okay.
That's good.
I know his back will be much better than
Yeah.
it used to be. Yeah, he's feeling much better.
That's good. Well, I'm glad for that.
Yeah, hopefully third Friday. If you've never met Kevin before, he'll be coming here Friday, and then the next Friday he'll come over.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, I look forward to meeting him.
Yep, I'll be looking forward to yeah.
The introduction.
Yes.
Yes. Take care.
Shabbat shalom.